Three, two, one. All right, and we are live. This is the Pursuit of Anime with myself, Raven, and Teddy.
We're back like we never left, baby.
Back
She.
like we never left. We took a little bit of a break. We had a lot going on, and this is our first stream back. And we thought we touch on a topic that's very prevalent for people who are in their 20s. But it's a topic that actually follows us in our daily lives, day to day, regardless of which decade of life we find ourselves in. And it's the topic of building a daily routine. But before that, to get into it, it's been a while, Teddy. I think we owe an explanation as to where we've been, kind of what's been going on, and I feel like that kind of ties into daily routines because I feel like my daily routine has changed tremendously recently. I mean, I think you can just tell by the time we're doing these streams, and all of that. But yeah, man, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. And first of all, you are not about to rope me into this with you. The main reason why we can't record or we haven't been able to record for a minute, it's not me. It's because somebody, right? Had
Uh
some big life changes recently, man. Nah, I'm playing though. But I
oh.
mean, it's been things going on my end as well. Mostly with, I mean, work, of course, because as you know, the better you get at it, the more responsibilities come with it, and the more people demand of you. So that means less time to partake in other activities, right?
Yeah.
And I've been spending a lot of quality time with my girl and all that. So that will definitely shift your routine, right, and your ability to do some of the things you do normally. So yeah, man, it's been like what you'd call normal life changes, but definitely drastic in terms of I've had to make some adjustments to my previous routine, right, to make things work because you know what, I consider myself a very greedy individual, meaning that I want it all. No matter what, I don't want something to prevent me from doing something else, right? So like for example, I'll give you like a very basic example. Um, I love spending a lot of time with my girl, right?
Yeah.
And she knows it too. I will always make time to do the things that I need to do, meaning, my adult duties of grocery shopping, cooking, doing all that stuff, or going to the gym. It's like I'm not compromising on myself. Like I might compromise in a relationship, but I'm not compromising on myself. I'm like I want it all, and I'll do my best to make sure I get it all. Right? That's
Yeah.
my mindset going into it. So, uh, but yeah, man. Yeah, having said that, definitely adjustments need to be made. You have to learn to adapt to ever so changing conditions and circumstances. So,
Hmm.
it is what it is. I mean, I know you've been going through some fairly drastic changes yourself, right?
Yeah, definitely. By the way, your audio's going in and out like with this high pitched like thing, like with your voice. But yeah, I've been going through a lot. Maybe it's your proximity to the mic or something. But I've been so the reason why we took like I think basically a month off is because I went to Italy for a couple of weeks. Went on an Italian vacation. Um,
Delicious.
and that was absolutely incredible. Absolutely unbelievable. Side tangent, Italy is probably one of the best countries I've ever been to. Um, we went. I went on a friend's trip, so we went to Milan. Then we took the train to Venice. We spent a couple days there, and then after Venice, we rented a rental car, and we took this rental car all across the Amalfi Coast. So this is the east coast of Italy, all the way down to Rome. So we saw a lot on the way there: Umbria, Veneto, Verona, Abruzzo, all the way to Rome, Emilia Romagna, all the way to Rome, where we spent a big chunk of time as well. And that definitely, well, first of all, the main thing, yeah, jet
Hmm.
lag. So jet lag set in, and there were certain days where I was just so dead. Like it was like daytime, and I was a complete zombie. This hit me especially in Milan, and there were just days where I was just walking around and I was absolutely dead. So I had to change my routine there in Italy, where basically what would happen is I would be up basically most of the night. Like I would get home and I would be super tired and I would sleep, but then something would wake me up. It's that New York clock wakes me up at like 3 a.m. or something, 2 a.m., and then I'm up all night. Then 6 a.m. hits, it's already morning. Things are getting going. We gotta see the sights, do this, do that. We have meetings to attend to, and I can't sleep. So I have to basically do it all over again, keep myself awake, and I'm a zombie until like, 10 o'clock or midnight, whatever it is, I finally fall asleep. And then my body wakes me up again at like 2 or 3 a.m. So
Ooh.
I don't really get enough sleep. So this was like a constant struggle throughout Italy. Which towards the end it got better. My clock got set and I was getting like full nights of sleep in Italy. But then, when I came back to New York, I realized something. Well, I didn't
Mhm.
realize something. Something came to fruition. Something came to pass. And what came to pass is that maybe people on the air that are listening don't know this, but you definitely know this, Teddy. We
Yeah.
used to stream pretty late. We used to stream sometimes. For me, it was like 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. and I was fine.
Dude, and
I'm ready to go.
I never
And you
understood how
said
you
what?
managed to do that. No, so I
It's
never understood
because
how you managed. Yeah.
It's because remember I was working at this restaurant, um, an Italian restaurant. I was working at Resdora. I don't work there anymore, so I guess it's now, you know, kind of doesn't matter, um, to reveal it. But I used to work at this very, very popular Italian restaurant where I used to be getting home at like 2, 3 a.m. and I would fall asleep at 4 a.m. and then wake up at noon and then have to be at work at 3:30 or something like that.
Hmm.
And my that was my clock. So when I went to Italy, and now I have this new job where I'm a sommelier. I work with wine. Won't say where, but my job is ends a lot earlier. I'll go in at 3, and then I'll leave. I mean, last night I left at like 9:30. I got home like at
Mm,
10 or something. You know,
that's so nice.
so yeah, it's like awesome. So when I got back from Italy, I realized something. My clock has been reset now in New York. So now I go to sleep like as soon as I get home, I'm tired. I'm ready to knock out. So I'll sleep at like midnight the latest, and I will wake up sometimes at like 6 a.m. Usually the latest is 8 or 9, but this morning I woke up at like 6:30. I go to the gym. I hit a good workout. I do my big lifts. I do the squat, bench, deadlift, push press, and then I hit the heavy bag for 12 rounds. And then I get on with it. So all this to say the Italy trip has reset my sleep schedule, my routine with sleep, which I think sleep is one of the most important schedules in your routine. One of the most important things to schedule in your daily routine. If you don't have good sleep, it can really affect your decisions and affect your life. It obviously affects your health and kind of the energy you have throughout the day.
Yeah.
But that's it. Now look at me, like I'm ready to go. This is, I think, one of the earliest streams we've ever done, and I'm so thankful that I was able to go through that routine. And it goes with that Italian kind of thing. People over there, it's like life is so lax and carefree, and that's also another thing I've taken back from that trip. But yeah, Teddy, how's your sleep been? Have you been like kind of the same sleep? I feel like you've always had a consistent sleep schedule.
You know what's funny? I have. And I don't know if that's much to credit to my ability to make time for it, or if it's just that I naturally have the ability to get the kind of rest I need when I need it, if that makes sense. So, for example, first of all, is my audio okay? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, now you're perfect.
Oh, okay, great. So like for example, recently, I'm a early riser most of the time. I like to get everything done earlier in the day. Like if you ask me if I could start work at 6 or 7 a.m. every day, I would, just because I feel like it gives me more of the day to do other things after I get off work, right? So I usually wake up around 5 a.m. to hit the gym. I'm lucky enough that I have a gym in my apartment building, so it makes it easier for me. It's very very practical, very convenient. So I do that, and then I go to work after that. And mind you, with work, where I work, I'm on my feet the whole time that I'm there, like 7, sometimes 8, 9 hours of the day. I'm just on my feet, moving around, doing things, running around the kitchen, doing all the things I need to do. And I don't know if you've ever gotten this, but when you go to the gym first thing in the morning and then you go to work, you enter a flow state, if that makes
Yeah.
sense, where you're zoned in and you're focused, and there's not much that can phase you. It is a great feeling because I have so much focus and so much awareness, but at the same time I'm relaxed. Like you know how people say there's a difference between the kind of awareness you get from coffee versus tea. Like I feel like I
Yeah.
just drank a big cup of the most deliciously infused tea, and I'm just gliding through the kitchen doing things that I need to do. But you know what? It's kind of like
Mm.
Luffy in Gear Second. It comes at a hefty price because when I'm doing all this stuff, I don't realize that I'm already maxed out. I'm already tired by the time the day's over because I'm just in go mode the whole time. I don't have time to think about, oh, I'm feeling tired, or like my energy levels aren't where they're supposed to be. I just keep going, right?
Yeah.
And then when I'm done, I get home. When I crash, dude, the last time this happened, I think it was on Monday this week. I came home at I want to say 5 p.m. No, yeah, 4 p.m. And by 5 p.m. I was out.
Wow.
Guess what time I woke up?
Like, what time did you sleep again? 5
Yeah, 5 p.m.
5 p.m. You fell asleep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like because I work from like 7 to 4, and then I got home
Let's see.
5
You said,
p.m.
well, if that was me, I'm gonna put myself in your shoes. If that was me and I like my naps are usually 2 hours, so do you like wake up at like 7, or do you sleep like a proper sleep, like you woke up at like midnight?
Closer to that. It was
Yeah.
the proper sleep. So I woke up at like 1, 2 a.m. and I
Oh
was
my
just like,
god.
oh wow, I'm so rested. Because see, that's what my body does. I don't need to tell it to sleep. It just knows when I need the rest, it will make me take it whether I want it or not. So it's
Yeah.
like, hey, my guy, you are tired. We don't care that you want to stay up and watch some TikTok. You are passing out, okay? And like,
That's
because
me
I
every
know,
night.
yeah, oh, that's
Yeah.
wonderful. That's the best you can ask for. Because some people they struggle to fall asleep. They need like to watch something or listen to something, like noise and stuff. I'm like, I don't need any of that. My body just tells me, hey, you've had a very long and productive day. It's time for you to go night night. You know?
Teddy, let me tell you this. Before Italy, man, I was that person. I was like, I had to listen to white noise. It was to the point that I had to actually white noise didn't work anymore. And this is gonna sound crazy. This is gonna sound like a joke, but this is serious here. White noise did not work for me anymore. I literally had to switch to brown noise and black noise. Now take that for what you will, bro. I had to start searching up on like there's
What
different
is it?
colors. There's different colors of noises. So I looked up blue noise, that didn't work. I searched up pink noise, that didn't work. I had to go straight to the source, you know, and
Straight
I
to the
had to get the
source.
brown noise, bro. Let me tell you, and the brown noise, and I still use it sometimes to this day. Till this day, it works. So that will put me to sleep. But that wasn't working when I was, having this really like almost nightclub lifestyle, without even going to the nightclub. I had to take melatonin gummies, um,
Mm-mm.
listen to my brown noise, and and what else? I would try everything under the book. Like not use my phone for the last 2 hours of the night. Now I don't have to do that. You know what the things are, and the
But
thing is too. And I'm not saying this to like discredit you because this is 100% true. If you want to go to sleep at the end of the night, you have to kind of work for it. You have to kind of give your body a reason
you
to
do,
say like,
yeah,
"Yo, I'm tired. I need to go to sleep." You know, I work so hard. But you know me, I'm pretty active, and that wasn't even working for me. Sometimes I would hit the gym, I would go crazy, I would work hard, and I'll get back home and I'm like, man, I'm wide awake. I can't fall
yeah.
asleep.
Hmm.
So what I'm realizing now, what really changed me is, have you heard of the circadian rhythm?
I've heard of it. Yes.
So it's like basically for those that don't know, it's basically your body's internal clock. It's the rhythm that your body takes according to the sun, to the cycles of the day. Because the Earth has cycles of seasons, but it also has cycles with the day itself. So when I wake up, what I used to do, which was wrong, is I have these blackout curtains, so my room is pitch black when I wake up, and I would just go about my day, with that. Now when I wake up, I get as much sunlight as possible. So my windows, I just open the curtain immediately when I wake up, and then I head out to the gym. I walk to the gym, and I'm directly under the sunlight, and I just see the sun as I'm awake, and that just wakes me up. It's like Superman. You know how Superman's powered by the sun? That's how
Hmm.
that's how we are. And so in the nighttime, it doesn't matter even if I don't do anything today. As soon as night hits, since I've been in the sun the whole day, once that sun sets and everything goes black, everything the night sky sets in and everything's pitch black, the body's internal clock tells you, listen, it's time to sleep. It's the natural, like it's that god-given natural clock inside you. It's the way things are just simply meant to be you know
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
not nocturnal animals, so we fall asleep immediately with that. So that has been for me a pivotal help. It does help also that I get a lot of steps in. I work a lot, so even just yesterday, I got 30,000 steps in. Um, Not even counting my workout. So yeah, man.
Dude,
Sleep a big
30,000.
part of the daily routine. Yeah, 30,000. Right now, let's see what I'm sitting at right now. This is like it's about to be noon here. I'm at 8,000 steps. And I haven't even
Nice.
got started with the day. I'm planning on going to the art museum, walk around a bit. And I think that's kind of segues into an important thing about like daily routines is I'm not stressed. Before I used to be stressed, quite a bit stressed about work. So my daily routine would be I wake up and it's like noon. I had to be at work at 3 and I'm like, "Holy crap. Oh my god. I have like 2 hours and I got to be at work already." Like, I don't have time to do anything. I don't have time to, have fun, do what I want to do, work on the things I want to work on, like music, my passions, my hobbies. And so, that really took a toll on my morale and my outlook and happiness on life. Whereas nowadays, I wake up and I'm not even thinking about work, man. I'm just like, work is just a secondary thing. I don't live to work, you know? I
Yeah.
don't live to work. And that's something that I took back from that trip from Italy, dude. There was this guy, we were staying at his house, and so let me ask you this, Teddy. If you break your leg and you can't work, what's going to happen
Hmm.
to you? What's going to happen to you specifically out there where you live? Like, what's the next steps? If you break your leg and you can't work anymore, are you feeling comfortable financially? You feel like it's going to be okay? Everything's fine. Like, what's kind of looking like?
Right now, no. I could think of a time where I could say easily yes to that because it actually happened. But no, right now, no.
Yeah, right. Like for a lot of
Yeah.
people in America, I feel like the
Yeah.
sentiment is, "Yo, I break my leg or I break my back, it's over." Like
Yeah.
I
I
don't know
mean,
how I'm gonna, I don't know how I'm gonna pay these bills.
yeah,
Um,
that's crazy. I cannot. Yeah. Mm-mm. No
we
way.
met this dude. We met this dude that he broke his arm, like his elbow or something, and he
Oh
hurt it at
no.
work, and so he couldn't do like a construction for a while.
Mm-hmm.
and he wasn't like, "Oh man." He was like, "Oh man." Because what they did was they gave him like 6 months of paid leave, and like they're paying him double what he was even making on the job, on the clock. So this man is like, and they gave him the new iPhone 5 or iPhone whatever, 15, whatever the hell it is. So the workers' comp over there is crazy in Italy. So what I saw and what he was telling me is like that over here, over you guys over there in America, you guys are like working to live, living to work, and you're so stressed about everything because you're working so much. Everything is just revolving around like, getting ahead, scraping by, crabs in a bucket, push someone down so you can take the next step forward. But over here in Italy, dude, all we're worried about is, what we're gonna put in our lasagna tonight. We're chilling, man. We're worried about what wine we're gonna drink tonight, or
Mm-hmm.
who's coming over to the party. Like getting the lasagna right for the people. That's it. Like we're chilling, man. We're chilling, and I think that I've super ultra value that kind of attitude towards life. Where obviously I understand in America it's hard. I'm obviously going through through stuff right now. I'm not freaking Kendrick Lamar or Drake living in a mansion, but even though you're in an unfortunate situation, you could still have a adopt a carefree, more nonchalant attitude towards life and de-stress yourself. I think stress is important. De-stressing is important to have in your daily routine, Teddy. Do you have kind of a way that you de-stress and decompress kind of from your worries? I know maybe there's debt, maybe there's, bad circumstances in your life, or you're not where you want to be, but how do you de-stress from it?
Well, for me, it's a couple of things. It's having those activities that make you feel good, right? Like for me, it would be either playing tennis, drawing, watching anime, hanging out with good people, right? Listening to good music. But even beyond that is, so depending on the nature of what could be causing me anxiety or stress, it's like, first of all, is it something that I can fix, or is it something that I just have to accept for what it is, right? So if
Yeah.
it's something where, there's not much you can do to change it and you just have to accept the circumstances or your cards that you were dealt, I try to see the good in it. I try to change my perspective on it, because I can't do anything about it. So it's just a waste of my energy to be stressed about it because there's nothing I can do, right? Now, the stuff that I can do something about is two things. Is one, is there a solution to the problem right then and there, or like fairly quick, or am I at least working towards a solution? So when
Yeah.
I know that I'm working towards a solution, even if I'm still dealing with the problem as we speak, just
Yeah.
knowing that eventually it will end because I am taking active steps to resolve it works wonders for me. Because I know that it's a temporary state. It will be over at some point. So I don't, when it's like that, then I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Because there is solace in knowing that you're going to resolve it eventually. It may not happen right now or tomorrow, but eventually it will be over, right?
Wow.
And I think it's something that um, some folks I see around me, they be complaining about stuff. I'm like, okay, so just like it's so simple once you decide to really sit down and think about it. It's like, okay, let's have a conversation. Let's sit down. Let's rationalize this thing. Is this something that you can do something about or not? If it's not, well, just learn to live with it because complaining about it is not going to change it. So either we try to work it into our lives to where it almost becomes a strength or an asset, or we just, you know, just try to ignore it as best as you can. But complaining about it all the time is not gonna help. But then the fun part is when you can do something about it. That's the stuff that always gets me, right? Because I can understand if you're dealt unfortunate cards and they're really really unfortunate and there's nothing you can do about it. I understand the frustration. I understand the pain. It's horrible, right? So I'm like, you get a free pass to complain. If it's really that bad, I it's like for me, I love being able-bodied. I've had this conversation with my girl before. I was like, if I know that I like let's say we're pregnant, you have a baby, and I know before the baby is fully formed that it's going to have certain defects, I cannot, in good conscience, knowing how I am personally, I cannot bring this child into the world because
Wow.
I know that it will not have the best life it possibly can have. I mean, yes, it can learn to overcome the obstacles, the challenges that come with those natural birth defects, but I don't even want to have to deal with that in the first place. If I can prevent it, I'm like, no, I'm sorry, we're not doing that because it's stressful for them, but it's also stressful for the parents raising a child that's different from everybody else in a very basic way, right?
Yeah,
So
I get
if
that.
you're like, if you're like that, oh, you get a free pass. Like you're born with like a misshapen leg or something that prevents you from participating in sports. Or can you imagine if you love playing volleyball, but you're missing one arm?
Oh yeah.
Yes, by all means, there's nothing you can do about it, and it probably hurts you because you love playing volleyball. So I understand. Like maybe be a coach or something. That's like the next best thing. But really, at the end of the day, your dream is shot. Like your actual dream is shot. So I understand. You can complain about that. But if it's something like, oh, I'm broke, but I go to the club every other night in this economy, or how much they be charging you for mostly ice? I don't know, man.
Not in this economy.
And this is economy, baby. You can't do that. Cannot do that. So
Yeah,
that's why it gets fun because it's like, okay, you're complaining about this, but you know there's a solution. It's just that your priorities are different, so you don't want to fix it. You know?
that's the thing. That's the thing about it. And you know what the crazy thing? I'm like as you're talking, it's kind of random. As you're talking, I'm kind of thinking about like when you're and meditating on kind of my circumstance right now and where I'm going, what I'm doing. I feel like when you build a daily routine, don't you feel like you get more productive, Teddy?
A hundred
Like in the
percent.
gym and everything. Like I feel like I've been. So let me take you through my daily routine right now. Yeah. Like let's say it's a
Mhm.
day at work, and not a day off because like today because that's different. That's just it's kind of like just freestyling. But a day that I work, I go into work at 3, right? I
Mhm.
typically get out around like 10:30 or 11. Sometimes at 9:30. So I start my day off maybe like 7 a.m., 8 a.m. I go to the gym. I take a nice walk to the gym. It's like 45 minutes from me. So I walk about 45 minutes to an hour to the gym. I do my weights. I do my heavy bag routine, 12 rounds in the heavy bag. Uh,
Mhm.
then I walk all the way back home. Walk all the way back home, get my sun, get my steps in. While I'm walking, I like to listen to music. Music is something that I'm passionate about, something that I do. So I listen to a lot of different ranges of music and things like that. I'm always studying like by listening so that I can
Mhm.
hear new sounds, hear kind of what other artists are doing, and kind of take inspiration. So I get home, shower immediately. Just can't be stinky. Do my skincare, get the sunscreen on again. Sunscreen is already applied before I go to the gym, but I got to reapply it. Then I fast. I usually fast until I get to work because they have like a big, hefty, calorie heavy meal at work. So
Mhm.
I'm usually fasting. While I'm showering, though, I'm not just showering in silence or listening to music anymore. What I do is now I put audiobooks on. Right now, I'm going through Marcus Aurelius Meditations. He's a philosopher. I think we've covered Marcus Aurelius before, uh, quite a bit. Um, So I'm listening to these kind of proverbs and wisdom that I just got through the book A Brief History of Nearly Everything, which is a book that chronicles all the scientific discoveries uh, that we've ever discovered up until now. And
Hmm.
it's a super interesting. So I'm listening to all this stuff, taking new information and learning kind of passively. Then um, I finish my shower or whatever. It's usually around like 11 o'clock. I still have quite a few hours until I get to work. So I'm a sommelier, love wine, got to study wine. So I start studying some wine. I study some Japanese and I work on some music until I have to head out to work. Then go do my job, do what I gotta do. On the train, I'm listening to music again, just again soaking in what I gotta do. Go to work, boom, boom, boom. Once I get back home from work, that's my leisure time. That's like, if I want to work on something, I'll usually just get on my laptop, start working on music again. But that's usually leisure time. So that's like, I can play my Elden Ring, my game, you know, I can I can read some One Piece or watch an anime, which by the way, the love for anime has come back after this trip because I feel like with that my last routine, I
Hmm.
feel like I wasn't able to enjoy anime, honestly. I wasn't able to enjoy these things of life. I wasn't able to enjoy anything because the daily routine was so bleak. And so that's my daily routine. And that's what I feel like I'm finding strength in right now with myself with this daily routine. I find strength in the variety I'm able to do, the amount of work I'm able to get done, and my overall happiness. The fact that I'm learning, I think, is an important thing. I think it's very important to always be actively learning. And I feel like learning should be a part of everyone's daily routine. Do you kind of agree with that, Teddy? That like learning is something that's important, or do you think that learning is just something that's like just for school? That's for like children, like leave that to preschoolers, like toddlers. I'm a man. I know everything. Like, what do you feel about learning, Teddy?
You know what I have to say? It's this is just speaking from personal experience. Life feels boring if you're not learning anything new. Like, and it doesn't have to be something necessarily groundbreaking, at least from your perspective. It just needs to be it could be something as basic as a better way of doing something that you're already doing, right? Just just basic self-improvement or expanding your knowledge base about different topics that you may or may not find interesting, but at least it's something that you know now that that could come in handy. To me, I just find a lot of fun and pleasure in that. It's honestly such a dull life if you never learn anything, or
Wow.
if you go out of your way not to learn anything, you know, because you're
Yeah.
thinking, oh, I'm setting my routine, I'm setting my ways, I don't want to learn anything new because it scares me. I don't like change. Or it's like, nah, because it's exciting to me. You know, it's like, for example, at work, right? We have menu items that are set. So like say like a burger. Sometimes they have mayo, mustard, different things, different condiments and stuff like that. But every once in a while, you get customers that want something very different. So they want that particular item but with some modifications to it. And
Yeah.
for me, I learned new flavor combinations that I never even knew could work. And that's exciting to me. Before, when I first started working there, it would annoy me because I'm like, oh man, it's small work. I already spent so much time learning how to do this the normal way, and now you're going to throw me a curveball? Really? But now I embrace it because I think to myself, oh, this is an opportunity for me to learn something new. Let's see what happens. Example, somebody, and that's a regular. I haven't seen, they haven't placed an order in a while now, but
Yeah.
they like to order our mac and cheese, but what they like to do is add mushrooms and
Mm.
chicken to it. First of all, you know me and mac and cheese. We're enemies for life, right? And to anyone that hears this and wants to come from my life, The bounty's up. I'm sitting here. I'm waiting for y'all. Come at me. I don't care. I don't. I have very little love for at least the plain mac and cheese. I've had Cajun style mac and cheese. It's delicious with Cajun style. Like, was it andouille sausage? It was
Yeah.
shrimp, so crab. Like it was delicious. Like that mac and cheese, that dressed up mac and cheese. I'm with it. The regular stuff, don't come at me with it.
You know, Teddy,
We're gonna fight. What's up?
and you may be surprised with this, but I'm in and out with you, kind of, with pause with the mac and cheese.
I'm glad you saved yourself. I'm about to say, what did you just say? What was that? God damn.
Because the thing is, mac and cheese, like, it's like, if you add chicken, mushrooms to it, you add some meat to it. I get it. Like, it can be its own dish. Like with mac and cheese, if you're in a Thanksgiving dinner, you have some mashed potatoes, you have some turkey, you already got like a lot of vegetables and stuff on your plate. Yeah, some mac and cheese, add some richness to the plate, some delectable goodness. Yeah, it makes complete sense. Get after it. I'll rip a mac and cheese like that. But eating mac and cheese on its own nowadays, man, like, I'm just like, dude, what am I, 12 years old or some shit? Like, this is unbelievable. I'm not about to sit here and like with a serious face and just sit here and eat some like pasta with straight up American cheese on it. Like, just straight American cheese all over this, like, melted, and it's like all oily and disgusting. I don't want that. That's
You know what?
disgusting to me. Yeah.
And this is the reason why I always get into heated conversations about cheese with some people. Once you've had good cheese, you understand American cheese isn't really cheese. I don't know how your experience with cheese was in Italy, but bro, once you've had real cheese, like the good quality cheese,
Oh yeah.
all of that craft nonsense is like, what is that? Why are we doing this right now? This is
It's
this is
disgusting.
imitation cheese. It's not real. It's disgusting. So no, I don't like it. But that was a
Bro, let me
massive.
tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
up?
just real quick, let me tell you this. Like, the diet in Italy is crazy. Like, you start off, you're eating the salumi, like the cured meats, like prosciutto, colpa, bresaola, in the morning
Mhm.
with your coffee or whatever, and cheeses, an assortment of cheeses, like hard cheese, like Parmesan. Like, there's so many different kinds of hard cheeses, but just for so everybody can understand, it's like having 20 different like types of Parmesan or Reggiano. Like, that's what it is, man. Just assorted for you on a platter, and you pick and choose. You can spread like a strawberry jam. There's not an ounce of like this pancakes with extra butter. The pancakes already have butter, so why are you adding butter, first of all? uh, the like so there's this a complete shift in taste, and it is true when they say that you've never had true Italian food until you've been to Italy, because the Italian food there is just on a completely different level. You have to know where you're going, but anyways, that's like a complete side tangent. But travel tip for Italy: don't listen to reviews on Google. Walk around the city, see things for yourself, and just don't eat where the tourists are. Eat where you see real local Italians eating, and
Yeah.
you will have the best experience in your life. But yeah, Teddy, we're going all over the place, and this is the thing: we are like Mr. Worldwide. We're like Pitbull. We start off with the
Still
topic,
five.
but we go all over, man, with it. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
go
we
across the
really
world.
do. We
But
really
yeah,
do.
man,
But yeah, there's just that was a wild tangent. We
the
really did
mac and
go around
cheese.
there. Yeah, just because of mac and cheese. See, that's how passionate we be about food, man. But listen, so they had that mushroom in there, right? Mushroom and chicken. I was like, huh. I don't know. When I tell you, once I started making it, the smell was so delicious. I almost wanted to taste it because I was like, hey, yo, I never, because something about the earthiness of the mushrooms works well with the creaminess of the mac and cheese. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I never knew it could be, you could get like that. Because at first, when I saw the order come in, I sneered at it a little bit. I'm like, huh, look at these people getting freaking mushrooms in their mac and cheese. They don't understand flavor. I'm like, no, humble yourself, my guy. Just make it and see what happens. And I did. I was like, wow. So it's things like that that make it exciting when you break up the routine a little bit, right? And you're willing to expand your horizons a little. It's like, oh, I never knew it could be this way, but I'm glad I found out.
Yeah.
So, it's just it's something that I've learned and throughout life. It's just like I tend to not associate with closed-minded people anymore because it
Wow.
stifles your growth and just your quality of life in general. You don't live life to the fullest when you're surrounded by people that are closed-minded or they're just so stuck in their ways and not willing to see a different perspective. You know?
And that's the thing, Teddy, that I was gonna say too. With learning, learning is not just about yourself and what you're doing. It's also about the people you surround yourself with. If you're surrounded by people that can't teach you a damn thing, people that are just like all they have to talk about is like, oh, what this guy said on Twitter, what that guy said on Twitter, you know, this and that they saw online. You're not gonna learn anything like that, man. It's like that's just boring. That's just like. But you know what, Teddy? I've learned a lot from you over these past few years, and that's why our friendship has lasted for so long, man. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot there,
Oh yeah,
and I
appreciate you, my
feel
guy.
like for sure, man, and like there's I think that that's something everybody should seek people that you can learn from in your daily routine, friends that you can learn with as well, not just learn from because
Hmm.
not every friend can be a mentor or whatever, but people you can learn with, figure things out with, people you can teach as well because teaching helps you kind of retain knowledge and actually learn, surprisingly. So those things are important, and it's important to believe in yourself and your daily routine. Know that you know you may not see results immediately, but they will come. They will indeed come, just like the mac and cheese came with the mushrooms. It's kind of like you ever had those cream of mushroom, like mushroom cream sauces or whatever, Teddy?
Uh, no, I know what you're talking about, but I never had them, surprisingly. But I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, those are surprisingly good. Like they look nasty, and like most cream sauces are really bad. Like for example, Alfredo. Oh my god, I hate Alfredo sauce. I don't. There's just something about it, dude. Just so cheesy, so creamy, and like this is gonna be disgusting. But I've never eaten chicken Alfredo or Alfredo sauce pasta or Alfredo anything, and not gotten the runs, not gone straight to the bathroom and had the massive diarrhea. Let me tell you that. So that just goes to show you. But I identified, Teddy, with what you said about keeping an open mind because you've known for the longest time when it comes to food, I hate seafood. I do. I really hate seafood. But you know what?
No, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. But you told me the very particular fine dining experience you had. That yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, where I learned this. I like raw fish, man. I do. I like it's not just like I can tolerate it anymore. I like it. Like a sushi, I'll tear that up. Stuff like that. I will tear it up. Sushi, sashimi, they have this raw at my job where I'm working now, they have this like raw king crab with jellyfish, like crazy stuff that I'm just eating that I wouldn't have eaten before, but now I'm eating now. The one thing that a hurdle that I can't get over is cooked fish. I still like, I just can't like get into it. Surprisingly though,
That
I
is
do
so
like
funny.
tuna. Right?
Yeah, because
Surprisingly though, I like tuna, man. I like canned tuna.
mm,
Very strange. That's from the
that is
struggle days, though.
yeah no but yeah exactly because it's easy to eat and make because it's basically already ready out of the can. So you can dress it up, mix it with other things. The only time that I would eat something that had where mayo is a major component, because I hate mayo. I can't stand it. No, but see, so this is the funny thing, right? Here we go. Tangent number 625. So I think I don't remember if I told you this, but every time I tell this story, people just gag because it's that gross. So
Oh my god.
when I was younger as a kid, I used to love eating mayo sandwiches. Let me run that
What?
back. What I mean is it's just bread and mayonnaise in there.
Oh
And
hell no.
it wasn't even a decent amount of mayonnaise. It was an ungodly amount. I'm talking mayo oozing out of the bread like it's a bukkake. Like it's not a good look, bro. I was in there. You think that you're watching? I don't even want to say because I'd be so wild because I was a kid back then. But let's just say it was a lot of mayonnaise everywhere when I was making myself a mayo sandwich, and
Oh
I just
no.
loved that stuff so much. I was like slurping. I'm like, oh, this is so good. I can't. Like, why is mayo so delicious, right? When I turned, I think it was 10 or 11. I think I had maxed out my consumption of mayo for a lifetime because I was just strongly repulsed by it. And anything that contained mayo just made me, ugh. It made me flinch a little. I was like, oh, no, I don't, I'm good. I don't want it.
Wow.
I don't like it. So now I'm trying to, I'm not trying to, I think right now I'm back to a middle ground with it where I don't necessarily love it, but I appreciate it in places where it makes sense or it adds like a moisture or binding aspect to the dish that's necessary that only mayo can bring. In those kinds of
Wow.
situations, I say, okay, you know what? Let's have it. But mayo on its own, I just, bleh, I can't do it. I can't do it, right?
Dude,
But
that's
mhm,
crazy.
I know, but tuna sandwiches, you cannot have a good tuna sandwich without mayo. So
Oh yeah. What about potato salad or like a macaroni salad with the
yeah,
mayo or whatever?
I don't touch that.
That's what you hate. Wow.
Yeah, I don't touch that. I don't touch that.
Dude, thank God because I love me some potato salad. That means extra for me. Potato salad.
Just
Listen, the
hey,
mac
you
and
know what?
cheese. Screw the mac and cheese. I'll take all the potato salad
Oh,
over the mac and cheese.
you potato salad menace. Hey, that's great. When we go out to eat, I know exactly. I'm like, yeah, let me get a side of that potato salad because I know I ain't gonna be eating it. It's gonna be for that guy over there. Goddamn.
You know, this is gonna sound crazy, but listen, it is what it is, man. I'm ready to put this out on the air. I don't care. This might break
Uh-oh.
my career. But listen, on my French fries, you know I hate ketchup already, Teddy. But you know
Yeah.
what? I've been eating it Belgian style. You know what that means?
No.
I've been eating my fries with mayo, bro.
Oh no, you deviant. Leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you.
What
How
the
dare
hell?
you?
We just got reunited, man.
I know. And we're about to take our separate ways again because how dare
Yeah.
you? Mayo? Well, actually, you know what? You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
What?
Um, I get it. I get it.
You get it. All right.
Yeah,
Explain it.
yeah. Because even when I stopped eating mayo back home, we had this place that was right across the street from my high school. So when we got out of school, we just went straight there. It was like a barbecue place where they did a lot of smoked meat sandwiches, and they had fries to go with it. And the
Wow.
fries were so delicious. Did you ever have those experiences as a kid where there was always a couple of food places that would just feel so nostalgic to you because they were so delicious? I had that.
Yeah.
I feel lucky and blessed that I had that experience growing up. And that was one of those places. And the fries were so good. And they'll bring us ketchup and mayo. And I would look at them sideways like, hey, yo, why are you bringing mayo right now? What is this? And then I tried it because I was like, it's there, and I was so mad at myself because I actually enjoyed it. Something about the like the temperature of the fries compared to the cold of the mayo, and then the saltiness of the fries with the smoothness of the mayo, it just kind of worked, right?
Yeah, like the
But
creamy, almost slightly sweet. The thing is,
Yeah,
it's
it's tough.
better. It's better with like an aioli style of mayo, which is, I mean, it's basically just like a seasoned
Garlic
mayo, or like a
aioli.
fresh mayo. You know, like it's actually like, they just
Mhm.
literally blended some eggs with oil and
They
seasoning.
just turned that. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Like that's a different story. Like that, I feel like that's not even mayo at that point. That's like straight up. That's the real from the source. You
Hmm.
know,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not talking
different.
about. I'm not talking about that McDonald's packet mayo. That's disgusting. I don't even touch
Yes.
that. You know, like. But
Mhm.
if it's like an aioli or if it's like some homemade, dude, I would
Also,
pair that up.
speaking of homemade and ketchup, I've noticed that there are some restaurants where they make their own in-house ketchup, and usually
Yeah,
it's fire.
it's
I don't
so
know.
it's so much better.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what because it's closer to an actual sauce and just because ketchup is almost like a paste sometimes. Like it is a sub, but like with
Like
the
toothpaste.
consistency of it, yeah. And but the sauces they have, there's this French restaurant we have here. It's more bakery than a restaurant, but it's really good. It's called La Provence or Petit Provence, and I tried their in-house ketchup. It's so good. They sell it in stores. You can actually buy it in stores.
Wow.
And I had it once. I was like, oh wow, this is so good. How is it so good? They're like, yeah, we know. It's so good. We started selling it in grocery stores, in major grocery stores. You can find it. I'm like, wow.
Holy heck.
Big move. I like that. It's definitely more local to Oregon, but I'm glad because I'm not on any other places to get this. It's too delicious.
That's epic.
Only elevated palates can appreciate the deliciousness of this ketchup right here.
Dude, to show you the change in my perspective on life, my routine, and my own self, my growth as a person, I'm announcing now. Well, it may not be the next, but this is definitely in the books. I've built an itinerary for it already. But I'm going to France. Gonna go see France, which is something I never would have said before.
Ooh, friends.
So
Well,
I'm gonna be going to France. Maybe next. It may be my next trip towards the end of the year, beginning of next year.
oh, that's exciting stuff.
Yeah, man. I never wanted to go in my life. Never called out to me. Always said it was probably like the last place I would ever go, and now it's like it's high up on the list. I've got to go. Gotta go. But we'll see. We'll see what's happening, man. But yeah, man. Like I feel like that covers kind of kind of the whole daily routine. We kind of went through it all and kind of went through going about kind of how about you, what the hell am I saying? How you go about getting a daily routine going.
English, motherfucker, you speak it.
Yeah. Yeah,
uh,
like I know that like it's a big topic in your 20s and you feel like, "Oh my gosh, in my 20s I got to figure everything out." Me as I'm still in my 20s, you know, I'm realizing more and more that you don't have to have everything figured out, and your a daily routine is something and that constantly changes. My daily routine now looks completely different from what it did when I was like 18. So, definitely step by step process, but try to make sure you're always learning, try to make sure you're happy, try to make sure that you're not just like working to live or living to work rather. Um,
mhm,
and make time for your hobbies, make time for yourself, make time for others. And I think that
exactly.
you'll be all right. But Teddy, do you kind of have any last words for the people to leave them in suspense for the next one?
I'll just say, look forward to the next few episodes we'll be dropping because if this was any indication, it's about to come in hot, right? And so it's going to be a lot of fun, engaging conversations. Especially since my boy is getting back into anime more, we're definitely gonna have a lot more anime-centric conversations. I need you to get caught up on Jujutsu Kaisen, my guy.
Oh, that's
It's
gonna happen. That's gonna
yeah,
happen for sure now.
yeah. And we also gotta talk about the direction of the story, One Piece. Our first love.
Oh, don't
Gotta
even
get
get me
into
started on
that.
Bonnie. On Bonnie
Yeah,
going oh my god. I saw people hating on it, but I'm like, dude, and this is just a quick side tangent just to close this out. But
Yeah.
people hating on One Piece, saying, "Oh yeah, you know, Bonnie is going Gear Fourth now. This is BS. Like, who the hell would think this is cool?" Man, you guys are just haters, man. Like, go outside, step on some grass, lick some punani, and enjoy life, and then come back, and then you'll see like that this is actually fire. Like, not every story has to be like monster berserk like every chapter for it to be like great, and not every story has to be the greatest of all time. It's just a story, man. Oda's having fun with it. He's not, going crazy, losing sleep over it. So why are you? Why are you? It's just One Piece, man. Enjoy it, and it's also just life. So just enjoy it and enjoy your daily routine, and try to be a better you with every day. And as we're leaving, Majais has just entered. He says the boys are back. The
The
boys are
boys
indeed
are
back,
indeed back.
and we're here to stay. I mean, we just took a little vacation. It wasn't like we quit or anything, or we were like, oh my god, tell you, I don't know what we're gonna do now. We just took a little vacation, and now we're back
Mhm.
talking to the people,
Yeah,
and we'll be back
exactly.
on the next one.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You
man.
already know, man. That's what we do. That's what we do.
That's what we do, and it's what we'll continue to do. So it was a great stream, Majais. Run it back and let us know what you think. Nothing. I know you always watch our videos. Hope you've been well. Hope you're still around, and we'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.
Peace.